Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good morning to Professor Madya Dr. Nabila binti Ibrahim and everyone. My name is Muhammad Khairuddin Ibrahim, DE 19048 from Group C as the first presenter on Physiology Section 1. For this project, every group member must design an organ in a human body system using designing software. So at the end of our presentation, you will see that there are 6 different organs and 6 different human body systems that involve the organ usage. So I will start first. I'm going to design the small intestine and large intestine in the ZBrush software that involved in a digestion system. The digestion system is made up of an organ that are important for digesting food. There are several steps of digestion system. The first step is ingestion and perfusion, where it will involve chewing and swallowing food through mouth. And the second step is mechanical digestion and chemical digestion, where the peristalsis occurs on our esophagus, small intestine and large intestine. For the next step is absorption process, where the nutrient is absorbed in the small intestine and large intestine. And lastly, the defecation process, where it will discard any waste that unwanted from body that doesn't have nutrient through the rectum and go through the anal canal. So right here we have our diagram. Of example for the small and large intestine. The small intestine is separated to 3 parts, where the first part is duodenum, second part is jejunum, and the third part is ileum. The duodenum is right after stomach, where it is the starting of the small intestine. The jejunum is in the middle, and ileum is connected to the large intestine via the Bowel veil. The duodenum and jejunum is quite similar because they both have circular fold. Increased contact with food can increase up to 1 centimeter and covered with small fiber that are called villi. The villi are 1 millimeter longer. 1 millimeter long. Villi contain blood capillaries lipid that called lacteal. This lacteal will absorb nutrients and transfer the blood capillaries. At the ileum. Ileum is located right here that continue to the large intestine in the right lower abdomen. Its function is absorb electrolyte, calcium for building hair, bone and teeth, trace element of zinc from production and immune system, vitamin for B12 formation, and maturation of red blood cell and remaining bile acid, which is transferred to the liver via bloodstream. For the large intestine, it is usually thicker than small intestine. It is 1 meter long, and usually it covers around the small intestine. It works after the chamber is open, pass through the small intestine. It do not have any villi. The large intestine is estimated got 100 billion bacteria. This bacteria is important to produce vitamin and decomposition of fiber of the body for the body energy. It also killing harmful germs. As the peristalsis continue in the large intestine, it is separate also to 3 parts, where the first part is ascending column, where the chamber will continue through the transverse column in the middle here, and lastly it will continue to the descending column and store in the rectum for a few time or a few days, then go through anal canal. In this process, the water is removed and it added mucus for proper excretion of waste. So without wasting any time, I'm going to show you our simulation on the brush. So here is my simulation. Here is the front view and here is the back view. Then we can remove the large intestine, and we can see that right here is the stomach that connect to the duodenum, and right here in the middle is jejunum, and below here is ileum that is connected to the large intestine via bowel veil. So you can see the view. Here we can see that large intestine start with ascending colon and transverse colon, go through the descending colon, and here is the rectum front view, and here is an canal below view. So the large intestine got segmentation, and we can see this is where the peristalsis process occurs. So that's all from me. I'm giving to the second presenter. Thank you very much.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Farahan bin Akbar Shah, making number DE190130. I am from group 6, and today I'm going to talk about the organ named heart. Heart is involved in the cardiovascular system, and its purpose is to maintain blood circulation and transportation of nutrients to all parts of the body. Okay, on the left side of the slide, you can see here is the outer side of the heart. As you can see, there are some veins on the outer side of the heart. The veins we can see is called coronary artery, and its purpose is to supply the cardiac muscle cell with the nutrients and to remove waste product. On the left side of the slide, you can see is the circulation of blood through the heart. We will start with the flow of the deoxygenated blood, where it enters from vena cava, and then it goes through the right atrium. After that, it will enter a valve which is called tricuspid valve to go to right ventricle, and from right ventricle it will pump through the pulmonic valve and enter the pulmonary artery, and then went to the lungs, where it will get oxygenated in the lungs. After that, it will return back from the lungs through the pulmonary vein, and from the pulmonary vein it will enter the left atrium and pass through a mitral valve through the to the left ventricle. From the left ventricle, it will be pumped out from the heart through a aortic valve to the aorta, and then go to all parts of the body. As for the design of the heart, you can see here, this is the heart. This is the left atrium, vena cava. Right atrium, from right atrium, a valve over here, tricuspid valve. You pass through the tricuspid valve and then enter the right ventricle, and then it will pump out to the pulmonary artery and goes to the lung, and then it will come back from to here. This is the entry is called pulmonary vein. It will enter the left atrium, go to the mitral valve, then went to the left ventricle, and then to be ready to pump out, it will go to aortic valve, then go to the aorta here. This is the aorta. The aorta will circulate the blood circulation, the oxygenated blood, to head and neck, and some to the blood lower part of the body, such as hands, waist, legs, thighs. Then it will return back to the vena cava. Yeah, vena cava, and then it continues circulation back. Vena cava, right atrium, tricuspid valve, right ventricle, pulmonic valve, then pulmonary artery, lungs, came back, pulmonary vein, left atrium, mitral valve, left ventricle, aortic valve, and then go to aorta. Then it will repeat the circulation. So that's all for the heart organ, and thank you. Continue to the next person.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Zuhail Minaim bin Azmi, mention number DE100141. Now I will explain about respiratory system. What is a respiratory system? Respiratory system is allow oxygen in the air to be taken into the body, while also letting the body get rid of carbon dioxide in the air breathed out. Right. How process of breathing? Breathing start when you inhale air into your nose or mouth. It travel down to back your throat or trachea, and into your white pine, which is called bronchial. So trachea and bronchial. Now, after when I throw your bronchial, they divide into a small air passage, which is called a bronchioles. And at the end of the bronchioles, it has a alveoli, which is our body have 600 million alveoli, and alveoli is surrounded by a mesh of a tiny blood vessel which is called a capillaries, and at there the exchange of the oxygen and carbon dioxide that pass into our blood will happen, so that after absorbing the oxygen, blood goes to your heart, and your heart pump it through your body to the cell of the tissue and our organs. In addition, when we inhalation, the diaphragm move downward toward the abdomen, while in exhalation, your diaphragm will move upward and the chest wall muscle will relax. So now I will show you the design of lung. Alright, this is a model of lungs, right? Okay, this is a trachea, bronchiole, and wait, I will show you the bronchioles. Alright, so this is bronchioles, and at the end of bronchioles, we have alveoli, which is surrounded by a mass of a tiny blood vessel, which is called capillaries, and at here will happen the process of exchange oxygen and carbon dioxide. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Kalika binti Ismail, metric number DE190112. Today, I will explain about musculoskeletal system. This system divides into two, muscular system and skeletal system. In musculoskeletal system, there are two connective tissue, which tendons and ligaments. Ligaments connects bones to other bones, while tendon connects muscle to bone. The function of muscular system is to allow movement. When muscle contracts, they provide gross and fine movement. Skeletal muscle functions as a support structure for body. It gives the body its shape, allow movement, makes blood cell, provide protection for organs, and store minerals. That's all from musculoskeletal system. Next, I will pass the presentation of other system to my group member. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Aiman Shikin. I will represent to you my design of skin using ZBrush software. Okay, first of all, you need to know skin is the largest system in our body that consists of 3 layers: epidermis, dermis, and hypodermis. Okay, first of all, we go to the hypodermis first. Hypodermis is the last layer. It contains the blood vessel and nerve that supply it to the upper layer of skin. Dermis layer contain a hair follicule, sebaceous gland, and as well as sweat gland. Fun info: if your finger was cut by knife, but there is no blood, so that the wound is only at epidermis layer, because in epidermis layer there is no blood vessel. Lastly, upper layers of skin, epidermis. Epidermis consists of numerous cells, melanocyte, keratinocyte, and Langerhans cell. Okay, we go to the function of skin. There is 3. I can explain to you 3 of function of skin. The first one is protection our body from the UV light, wind, and water. The second one is they also become a sensory organ that can sense a disturbance and send information to the central nervous system. It also can regulate our body temperature through its tight oscillation with a sympathetic nervous system. This function is called a thermoregulation. Okay, for the first of skin, we have hair and sweat balls. The next layer is epidermis. Epidermis is contain numerous cells. The third one is dermis layer. Dermis layer, there is sebaceous gland, sweat gland, hair follicles, blood vessel, and we go to the last layer. This is a fat layer. There is a blood vessel and nerves. That's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Zahimi bin Muhammad Zuraidi. My matric number is DE190153. So I will explain about the human body for endocrine system. So for the content, I will explain about what is endocrine system, the part of human body that be involved to endocrine system, and the last one I will show the anatomy of human organ using software, which is I use CupGL. So the endocrine system will involve 2 parts of human body, which is glands and organ. So it uses hormone as element to control and coordinate the body metabolism, respond to injury, energy level, and stress. So this is the list of organ and glands for endocrine system. We have pineal body, pancreas, testes and ovary, adrenal gland, thymus, thyroid and parathyroid, pituitary gland, and the last one is hypothalamus. So the function of hypothalamus is to produce or supply hormone in pituitary gland. It will control many moods such as blood pressure, appetite, and sleep. For the pineal body, it will release melatonin hormone, which is we know the time to sleep. Next is pituitary gland. It is useful to other endocrine glands for body growth. It will control thyroid glands, adrenal glands, ovary, and testicle. For the thyroid and parathyroid, the main key to the body metabolism, which focus the uses of energy. It will be important to balance the calcium, and the amount of calcium is enough in body regulation. For the thymus, it will produce white blood cell to encounter infection and get rid of abnormal cell. Next is adrenal gland. It needs help the hypothalamus and pituitary to function. The function is to produce and release corticosteroid hormone and epinephrine metabolism reaction which is for stress. It will also maintain the blood pressure and regulate the metabolism in body. For the pancreas, it important role in digestion as well as hormone production. The function is to regulate level of blood sugar which contain insulin and glucagon that produced by pancreas. And the last one is ovary and testes. The function of testes is to produce testosterone and sperm, while ovary is to produce estrogen and progesterone that contain egg cells that important for the reproduction system. So next I will show about the SCAP-GL, the human physical system that I use for using SCAP-GL. So this is the adrenal gland, which is located at the kidney. This is the brain that located three organ, which is hypothalamus, spinal body, and pituitary. So this is pancreas, and this is thyroid and parathyroid. So that's all from me. Thank you.